I know, we're just having a private conversation. We're going to start at the top.
I'm sorry.
We're going to start at the top.
Thank you.
Is that 28? You're going to start at 28?
No, 90.
90?
Yeah, 90.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
I see it. I just hit me. It just hit me.
Tom had an aha moment.
I've been trying to drive
I'm
it in
sitting
your
here looking
thick
at
skull
these
for months.
the other day I'm looking at these and I'm going like, we're doing something wrong because this would all be filled out. This would have the MIN number, this would have the loan number, this would have all that stuff.
You can put the MIN number in there if you want, but no, I leave it open because I want them to fill it out. I want them to take what I'm giving them as a release of my lien against them, and I want them to have the energy now to take it and treat it as their release of lien against me.
So on the 91,
whatever way they want to use it. Give me the money or give me the house, I don't care which.
so basically in this portion on the 91 where it says from the word therefrom is left blank also.
Leave it for them to fill in, right?
Oh, jeez Louise.
Right.
No
So
wonder we
starting at
haven't
the top of the Form 90, the first thing we put in there is the straw man's name as it appears on the charging instrument.
All caps.
Well, you would include, that would be releasing a lien on that as well. You're
So
releasing
when
your
you,
lien.
if you send a bonded promissory note in with the OID and one of these, you're releasing the lien and indemnifying them. They got to convey that in 72 hours. If not, they're theft of funds. That's why Marcia's process up in North and Elgin, California has been working so well.
Okay, I don't know.
Well, you know Marcia.
So we're at the top, right?
Yeah, the straw man's name as it appears on the charging instrument, whatever that is, the IRS, the ticket, the notice of default, the notice of trustee sale, the payoff for the mortgage, the credit card.
Then both of the names go in there.
Well,
If
actually
it's a
only
couple
one
that-
person has to release the lien. But
Okay.
yeah, both of them can do it. If it's a
it's a straw man
partnership,
or
if it's
straw
a
man.
partnership, read the instruction, let me have the instructions there for the 28.
Wait, I thought we're dealing with the
Around
90.
I know, but she's asking a question. I'm trying to answer her question. Here's the answer to your question.
Can you restate the question?
I was talking about Form 90.
I know.
Where it has the name, I'm saying, is that just one straw man's name? Or if it's a couple that's married and both their names are on the mortgage, for instance, do you put both names?
Both is fine, but only one is required. This is the instructions from the 28. It tells us right here, all signatures of the affidavit must be originals. Affidavits bearing reproduced signatures are not acceptable. An authorized person must sign the bond. Any person signing in a representative capacity must furnish evidence to the authority if that representative is not a member of a firm, partnership, or joint venture, or an officer of the corporation involved. So if you're involved in a joint venture, like the marriage contract, then there's no need for you to provide any evidence, and you can sign for both parties, for the entire venture.
Right, okay.
That's huge. Thank you.
This is like, okay. Makes
So
total sense,
you're going to
huh?
use the name as it appears on the charging instrument, and the reason you're doing that is because you don't want to give them any opportunity to say, that's not John Smith, that's John C. Smith. Okay, you don't, just wipe all that out, just do it exactly the way they have.
Question.
Okay.
Yes.
I know everything on installments, everything that they have to do. If there is a charging instrument on a corporation, XYZ corporation, and you're the authorized officer of the corporation, still the corporation name will go where it says, whereas,
Right.
not the officer.
Right. It's the corporation. Right.
Oh, jeez.
You know, we can't hear any of that.
Run that by again.
For somebody that's an officer of a corporation that would be doing this, the name of the corporation would go in that slot. Whoever the debt is coming to, whatever name the debt instrument is in, that's what name goes in the release, because I'm releasing my lien against you.
That's why you have the 72-hour notice.
Right. I'm releasing my lien against you.
Return, everything was held in escrow to me.
I'm not even saying that.
Yeah, but that's what you're implying.
I'm giving them an opportunity to take and give me one or the other. I don't care which. That's what I'm doing.
Door number one or door number two?
You make the choice. That's why that's blank. You fill it out.
Two is much
Do you want to give me the money or you want to give me the house?
Why not both? Arizona, these law firms.
You can get Thomas.
I know.
You want door
Why
one
not
or door
both?
two?
Right. Yes, exactly.
I got a quick, why
Yes?
not both?
Why not both what?
The money and the property?
Because in the first place, they can't give you the money. They can't. It's an impossibility. It's out throughout the entire world in computer screens and bank accounts scattered all over the place, and there's no way that they can collect it all back.
It's not theirs to give
I beg her
anymore.
to differ with you.
What's
We
that?
So
can
do I.
collect it back using the DIV, the INT, the OID.
From the IRS,
Yeah.
but not from
Yeah.
the trustee.
No, not from the trustee. Let the IRS go collect it from the trustee.
But these
Right.
are going to the trustee. This is instructing the trustee to close everything out.
Yeah.
You can do both.
This is not a.
Certainly
This
you
is just
can.
to get the house. and
This is
go
just to
back.
get the house back. Although
And
remember
later
in
on,
your
we get a
mind,
1099.
Thomas is right. You said it at the same time over to them as well, right, Thomas?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Because there's two Thomases in the room. That's correct. If I do this process to release all the liens on all the property to me, and they elect to go ahead and continue to take the house, that's fine. The OID process with the new stuff that's coming out that it's in process. That would allow the IRS to go back and collect all that stuff from the inception of it. It could be 2000. You just have to do 1040 extra amended returns, but preferably not more than 3 years back. If it was a refinance within 3 years, you're probably going to be okay. But then, if you end up with the house and you still do this process, you're going to end up with the house and all the refund reflecting the barter that was a result of your application on the application for the loan, the two 1099As, which are non-reporting on a 1040 return, the 1099 INT, the 1099 OID, and the 1099 DIV, which is the dividend.
and then AA.
Bingo.
And I had said 2 A's.
Oh, 2 A's, right.
2 A's.
Yeah, right.
So now, once that happens, they've got to return everything back to the source and sponsor of the credit, which is me, the lender. Now, if they decide to go with the frivolous penalty filing, great, 6703 letter right here, and then do an order to show cause, bring the IRS into court showing why you're not going to release the funds. Everything's now in a complete circle. It's called the widely held fixed investment trust. That is
Say
I
that
found
again.
an
Why
easier
and
way.
what?
widely held fixed investment trust is what we're operating under.
I found an easier way to get the funds released on an OID anyhow. And it's-
How?
Well, where they send you the frivolous filing letter, it says at the bottom, remember the remedy is usually right at the bottom of the letter?
That's right.
What's it say at the bottom of the letter? You got any questions, call us. I got questions.
The Dodgers
And
won.
And I'm gonna document my questions. I'm gonna call him up and I'm gonna get the joker on the phone. I'm gonna get his name and his employee number. I'm gonna verify that he has my file in front of him. And then I'm gonna ask him, is there a mistake with the paperwork?
Is there a mistake, what?
With the paperwork?
Is there a defect in the instruments? Yeah.
Well, actually, Rule 60B is mistake.
Yeah, mistake. Yeah,
That's
that's
the
right.
term, mistake.
The federal rules, yeah.
Right. I'm using the Bible as the law and the federal rules of civil procedure to enforce the law.
Yeah.
Okay? The federal rules of civil procedure say mistake. You can plead mistake. So what I'm asking you, is there a mistake with the documents? Because you're saying I got to pay you this frivolous filing fee, and if that's the case, then I want to apologize for making any mistakes, and I want to correct my actions and not be frivolous in the future. So, did I make a mistake? Show me what the mistake is. Doesn't matter what they say. This is frivolous, this is bogus, this is fraud, this is something you got off the internet. Okay, fine. Is there a mistake with it? Well, it's frivolous. Okay, I understand that your position is it's frivolous, but that doesn't answer my question. My question is there a mistake? You don't just admit 3 times that there's no mistake. Then you tell them, if there's no mistake, then kindly process the paperwork and send me my refund.
Now, remember, folks, that on 6703 it says right in the Internal Revenue Code that the Secretary has the burden of proof to make the determination that the return's been frivolous.
So when you ask him
6703.
to show you a mistake, when he doesn't show you the mistake, you can't plead mistake, so you put that in an affidavit and you say, on this day I called to talk to this joker, this is his number, this is the phone number I called him at, he had my file in front of him, I asked him if there was a mistake, he said no, he didn't indicate there was. I asked him a second time, he obfuscated or didn't indicate there was. I asked him a third time, he still didn't indicate there was. So I told him, please process the instrument or the paperwork and give me my
How do you
refund.
reinforce that again? Like,
By affidavit to CID.
well, what I'm saying is that after a
Criminal
week,
By affidavit to CID.
really,
Follow up with your phone call by affidavit to CID. People up in San Francisco have been getting their money back. Yes.
So I'm just.
Oh,
No,
I'm trying to get this.
Criminal investigation.